Hi, my name's Keith and I'm known as the Florida Stone Man, and today I'm going to be talking to you all about how to communicate with your guides. If this video is too loud, let me know. It should not be, but we're literally on the rocks, on the ocean. But this is one of the most shamanic places I can do a video. This is an awesome location, but in this video I'm going to be talking about how to actually hear your guides. Yeah, it's windy. How to hear your angels, because I only work with angels. I only work with beings of light. Most importantly, angels of God. I don't teach you guys how to work with deities. I don't teach you guys how to work with anything but angels. Let me talk about what happens when you start going to... I'm just going to teach about angels, because I respect what everyone does. I'm a Christian, and I teach about... And if you're connecting to angels that don't constantly talk about God, you're not connecting to angels at all. You're not even connecting to who you want to connect with. So angels, there's a trend. They'll constantly talk about God. They'll constantly teach you about God. I'm an angelologist, an actual angelologist. Any person who says they work with an angel and they don't want to talk about God, they work with a demon. That's it. There's no discussion. There's zero discussion. An angel's not just an energy, it's literally a sentient being that's been around longer than you have. Now, talking about that, what you should know is that angels are very easy to hear. Some misconceptions is that angels are very tough to hear. They're actually so easy to hear that you mostly ignore them. Now, who has a lot of angels around them? Who has a lot of... I'm not talking about spirits. Spirits can be tricksters and they can be bought and sold. What do I mean by that? You can literally bribe someone else's ancestor if you give them enough currency or in the spiritual realm. I've seen it too many times in the spiritual community. It's really disturbing. I'm not talking about everyone, but a lot of people, that's one thing with spirit guides and whatnot. People can easily bribe other people's spirits away from them. It's not that hard, and it's really sad that it could be done like that. It's not every single spirit. Some spirits are when I say spirits, it's about someone in the afterlife. It could be someone who you have as a guide. So if your guide's mainly spirits, they can be bribed away very easily. It's just whoever pays higher. And it's not personal, it's about more of energy is currency in that side. They can do a little more. I'm gonna give you an example. You see some of these, and I'm in a very specific spot, so you see celebrities here. And sometimes people are walking, it's a man with a girlfriend, and the girlfriend will see the celebrity and literally walk away from the boyfriend because she's gonna take the higher offer. Call it unfaithful. That's just how the nature of some humans are. That's the nature of how spirits are as well. I'm not going to go any deeper into that because I teach about specifically angels. And it's incredibly interesting how it works. I'll make a video about that in the future. But here's talking to you about angels. Angels, they'll do things because they love you. Because God sends them to you. Because they love you unconditionally. They can't be bought. They can't be sold. You have an angel with you. That angel's ride. It's a ride or die angel, and that angel will stick with you for life. Most importantly, angels such as Saint Michael the Archangel, which is a wonderful angel, an amazing angel. So Saint Michael is awesome. So I'll be talking to you about how to work with Saint Michael as well in this video, specifically because I do have questions about this a lot. People will be like, okay, can you ask Michael to do this for me? Can you ask Michael to do that for me? And people will just be like, can I ask Michael to do this? Can I ask Michael for a blessing? Can I ask Michael to hear this? Most importantly, you have to ask God, because Michael will tell you the same exact thing. He's an angel of God, and God is in his name. Well, actually, literally in his name, he who is like God, because that's his strongest angel. So even the Bible says that in Leviticus and in Exodus. It's specifically more towards the end of Exodus, when he talks about, you listen to my angel because my name is in him. So these angels are his guides. His literally guides for humanity. God puts these angels in charge over people to protect them. So does everyone have Saint Michael the Archangel? I can tell you, bad people, the most evil people in the world, have Saint Michael at their back. But he's doing something different. He's not... he's more so watching over them to make sure they're not getting out of hand versus more so defending them, because light will always be defended. So if someone's doing something wrong, you better believe The angel's going to protect people doing right and those who are doing right. So, even for people who have a whole bunch of angels, let's just say someone has, and this video is, I'm not teaching you, this leads up to how to hear your angels. You have to know the backgrounds of it or you won't really understand it. And I'll tell you what angels are actually like in a second, in terms of dimension-wise. But if you have someone who's just dead in the wrong, the angel will always back whoever's correct, because that's how it should be. There's an order. They're not demons. They don't just take the highest bidder. You don't leave an offering of whiskey out every single week and then they'll take care of stuff. The angels don't do that at all. They don't even care about your offering sometimes. It's not even an offering. It's just it's something they like. So if you like to leave, for example, coffee out for them, they like it. They're not gonna do stuff because you left a coffee for them. That's not how it works. Now, getting in depth in this video, how do you hear your angels? How do you even perceive them? Do you know they're literally walking around you? They're literally around you. For the people, and who has the most angels? People of God. People who are authentically talking to God. People who are asking angels. Psalm 91:11 states that he will give his angels charge over thee to keep thee in all thy ways. And God means that too. He'll send his angels whenever you need them. So the angels will be there for you. Now, they're literally surrounding you. You can put your arm out, and this is super interesting. They're in arm's distance, especially your guardian. Everyone has a guardian or two guardians, or it doesn't even matter, because people will get caught up on angel numbers of how many angels there are. There's a lot of angels. As many demons as there are angels. As above, so below. So, one thing that's really important for you to know is that your angels are literally talking to you 24/7. So, what's the first step in how to hear your angels? Is to get yourself to be in a place to listen. Some people just don't be quiet. Some people just don't shut up. And sometimes your angels will literally tell you, like, zip it. Like, if you want to hear us, stop. I mean, I'm not saying this to be mean, but there are some people in the spiritual community who are just, they talk, they won't even let their angels talk, or their angels will just stay quiet. And I'm not talking about them to another person. I'm talking about when they go to connect with their angel, all they'll do is talk to their angel. They won't listen. It's a one-sided conversation. It might sound mean, but to put it in perspective, some of you are actually not even waiting for your angels to reply. That's a lot of people like, I can't hear my angel. And then you'll go into meditation, and the angel's just like, be quiet, let me talk. I'm saying that with out of sincerity. It's not putting anyone down. It's just, it's funny once you think about it. It's like, hey, and some people like will slow down and be like, oh, I never let them talk. So they'll talk, and then and one bird flying over right now. So great new beginning to anyone who's watching this video. But the biggest thing is, with angels, just learn to listen. Make it more about them and not you. Now, once you know these two steps, so you assume that the angel's talking, you know the angel's near you, whichever angel there is, because there's a lot of angels, there's a lot. There's ones that I'm just learning about, like Sabathiel, the angel that governs, the angel that is the angel of spiders, which I learned about that one in a very cool way. There are so many angels. Some of them, the different archangels and different dimensions don't, like Seraphaniel, for example, doesn't work with humans. Metatron works with humans differently. He's more of a hands-off angel. But your guardian angels are literally talking to you 24/7, which is really cool. Now, what are they talking to you about? Talking to you about God. They're commenting on what you say. Sometimes they're correcting you on certain things. Sometimes they're reminding you of stuff. Sometimes they're just telling you, I love you. Sometimes they're just singing. Sometimes they're praying with you. Sometimes they're praying for you. Sometimes they're always talking. They're always doing something. They're not always talking 24/7. Sometimes they do pause. Like they'll talk to other angels. But how do you hear your angels more? Get used to silencing your thoughts, because we have a million thoughts in our head. We have a million thoughts. So once we calm those thoughts down, because let's just say you came home from a long day or whatever, You have all these stuff to do, homework, assignments, projects. You're thinking about a million things. But the one thing that doesn't cross your head is that your angel's talking to you. So let's just say energy can't be created or destroyed. If you pay attention to your thoughts, and this is clairaudience now, internal clairaudience, subjective clairaudience, you'll hear thoughts in your head, and some of them you'll know, hey, that's not my thought, that's not my way of thinking. So, like I said, you better purify your vessel, you better purify who you are as a person, because sometimes people will go to hear their angels and they haven't moved closer to God. They haven't yet assessed themselves, they haven't cleaned their energy. I wouldn't even try to talk to your angels if you haven't gotten black tourmaline yet. Sometimes your angels won't even talk to you until you actually, let's just say if you're doing something wrong, they won't talk to you. If you're not protected enough, they won't talk to you like that. They'll keep other things away, but they won't talk to you. So that's why when you get a black tourmaline necklace from Florida Stone Man, which you can get on my website, it's the most protective thing you can ever start off with spiritually, because it opens the connection to your angels, knowing that they can talk to you. They're like, oh, cool. It's that person's protected now that I'm watching over, and they'll move in. They'll actually start doing new things once they know that entities are not going to interfere. Because when you're able to hear your angels, this is a little warning. Other things will try to get in trying to pretend to be your angels. One thing your angels will never say, anything that has to do with ego or popping you up, trying to make you like, oh, you know you're a god or a goddess, right? An angel will never say that, ever. Ever. No exceptions. If you heard a guide or an angel say that to you, that's a demon. It's a trickster spirit or a demon. It's most likely a lower level demon. They're very nice and sweet, but they'll pump your ego up. And yeah, I said a lower level demon is nice and sweet, but not always mean. You think some of them know how to get into your system. Just by being nice, some of them will slip in. So how do you hear your actual angels correctly? You hear your angels by knowing what they said is of light or of not of light. So ask yourself, and you want to try something? Keep your mind still for about 3 minutes straight. Put a timer on for 3 minutes straight and 33 seconds. And ask a question. Hi, how are you? And you might hear something in your head saying, good, excellent. You'll hear them say something in another language sometimes. Sometimes you'll have to, when my angels talk, I can't even understand what some of the words they say are, because they're so, it sounds like it comes from a dictionary. So when you hear these things that you know are not your thoughts, or, because how do you start hearing your angels outside your ears with external clairaudience? You hear them in your head for so long, and you're so sure that you know it's them, and you're so connected to them. One day you'll wake up and you'll hear them talking outside your ear as if they're talking inside your head. So they talk louder than people do. There's rules to it, so make sure you're doing good, you're doing right, everything you're doing is light-filled. Or if you're doing wrong, they'll just stop talking to you. You won't hear anything. Sometimes they just zip your gift out. They just zip it up. It's like, yeah, this person kind of fell off. Or sometimes you'll have a gift open just so it closes again. Why is that? It's so you don't so you did something or will do something to deserve your gift to be closed, just for you to know that that's the kind of person you are. Sometimes some people are just like that. So some people will have all their gifts open and they'll close back up. Now, like I said, strictly with angels. With angels specifically, make sure you're talking to God. Ask God constantly, God, please help me have a secure connection. Please help me have a secure connection to my angels. Make sure nothing's getting through, and nothing will get through. Well, as long as you are cleaning your energy, doing what you're supposed to in the physical world, and it will translate into the spiritual world. What else should you know about working with angels? It's like I said, it's so easy that sometimes some of you might think that you're not hearing anything because the message is so clear. Or they'll say it once. Sometimes, you guys want them to repeat themselves. They'll say it once. Sometimes twice because they love you. But if they keep having to repeat themselves, they're just like, okay, I'm done. So hi, how are you? And then the meditation, 50 seconds later, or you didn't trust that you understood the answer. Hi, how are you? And I just said I'm good. Hi, how are you? I'm good. Hi, how are you? I'm good. And then hi, how are you? It's just, and they'll just be like, okay. They won't waste their breath. This is a very simple, direct, straightforward video talking to your angels is very easy. Very easy. So easy. And people online have no idea what angels actually are. The Bible talks about what angels are. Helpers to humanity. There we go. Don't overthink it. It's easy. Hearing them is so easy. A concept that, or a thought pattern that will limit people that can block you from hearing them is thinking that they're hard to hear. They're easy to hear. You work with crystals. Most importantly, you talk to God and you're hearing them. Don't get carried away with messages. Take it slow. You're going to hear them. Just go slow. That's it. Go slow. That's it. Go for one word. Go for two words. Go for a sentence. If you really think you can't hear them, ask them to put a song in your head, and the song will contain a message. That's about it. If you have any questions, ask them in the comment section. Check out floridastoneman.com. The crystals on my website help you connect to your angels that much faster. Usually when people get a necklace from floridastoneman.com, they get visited by their guardian angel in a dream. When they wake up, somehow their guardian angel manages to introduce themselves to the person, God willing. So, like I said, ask God for help. If you have any questions, ask them in the comment section. Until then, I'll see you guys next time. Ciao!